Okay. No, yeah, I'm about to go. Hey guys. Oh wait, I should hold on. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Life with Alisha, the podcast. I have my wonderful husband here with me today, Jarrell. We're gonna talk about a little bit about our past. I did not make up these questions, so I don't know exactly what is gonna be asked. And then we'll have like a lightning round, just random questions. And then we asked a few questions on Instagram, and we'll get into those. Are you ready? Are you nervous?
What's going on, y'all, man? I'm glad to be here. You know what I'm saying?
This should be really entertaining. Okay, so the first question is, how did y'all meet?
I answer that or you answer that?
You can start.
I mean, we went to high school together.
How did we meet?
I think about freshman year. I think about Mr. Bonneville class. We had a lot of people in here. Anybody who watched this, if they was in that class,
Yeah.
there was a lot of us.
And you used to where I used to do your work.
Come on, man.
Which
Gotta
actually
do it
isn't like
way.
a cute thing because then you go off and say like, oh, everybody did your work in college or
I just
something.
had teams.
So it's not really like a special
I had
thing.
teams wherever I went. You know what I mean?
I was just one of those that fell victim.
You helped me see my potential.
Oh. But yes, we did meet our freshman year of high school, and then we didn't start dating until 11th grade, and then you moved away.
Shout out my brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That
Facts.
was Jamal, huh?
facts.
Okay, all right. When did you know that you would end up getting married? Well, okay, so for me, I will say that I always knew that I wanted to marry Jarrell, but I was also, I don't know if I was like, I was definitely not ready when I thought I was ready. Like, I feel like I was ready right after high school. That's not,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
glad that didn't happen.
I think men know for sure when they got their shorty. So I knew for sure junior year. It was just a matter of when and how.
Yeah.
I mean, the junior year, whenever we got together in high school, I already knew what time it was. I just was trying to stay down.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because when people see my ring, they're always like, oh, your ring is so beautiful. And I'm always like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. But Jarrell swears that he never got any of my ring pictures. And so, like, as many as I sent off of Pinterest, I don't know how you didn't go off of those pictures. I was sure that's what
all
happened.
them got lost in the shuffle. Yeah.
Which is like a random thing I want to say, like for girls, like because sometimes I feel like my friends that are in a relationship and you
I'm
can
really on your podcast. That's so dope.
Yeah, you are.
That's
Welcome.
crazy.
Like
My shorty dope, you heard? Keep going, my bad.
when girls are like waiting, they know that they're going to get proposed to, like they know, but sometimes I think that they don't realize like the boyfriend or their boyfriend might be waiting to save for the ring. Because they want to give them like a nice ring, and sometimes I think people are like rushing into it and not realizing like maybe if I just be patient and not put too much pressure on it, then it might work out better.
Would you rather know when you're getting proposed to, or you would surprise? I guess that's like more so just the female.
I think surprise,
Yeah.
because as much as you say that I knew that you were going to propose, I did not. Like, I knew I was about to move to Utah, and I remember crying in my manager's office, so frustrated. A lot had happened that day. I was crying for a lot of reasons, but I was literally moving without a ring, or without stability, so I would say. And that weekend you proposed. And it was nice like that, like not knowing.
Facts.
And I really didn't expect it from you. Not saying that I didn't expect for you to propose, but I just didn't know when. Because you didn't give me no hints.
That's good.
No hints at all. What went through your mind as you were planning to propose?
If you know, and just what I was going to say. I didn't write nothing down. But, like, it was dope. We had all our people. Faith, of course. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm going to hold it down. Just come from the heart. But Faith held it down. Was there for that, too. You've been on the journey. That's crazy. Shout out Faith. Yeah. But, nah, yeah. We had all the family there, all the friends. I just spoke from the heart. I probably could say the same stuff. It'll be the same
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah. But I think it worked out perfectly. I don't think it could have worked out any other way. But what traditions, if any, have you started together? I don't know if this is a literal tradition, but we are so, like, go with the flow. Mm-hmm. Like, I think sometimes I get stressed out over holidays because I'm like, we need to do this specifically. We need to do that. But every year it's, like, even better than the last in a sense.
Yeah.
And
I think we've moved so much. Blessing. That's a blessing. But, like, I think we create our vibe every time in our different space. It feels like the same feeling no matter where we're at. I think so that, I guess that's a tradition. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we just so.
I think now with Gabriella, we are starting but we're so good at just going with the flow that we kind of just like are just going with it.
Yeah.
So, what has been the most challenging time during your relationship, and what did y'all learn about each other during those times? I don't know if there's one specific time that's the most challenging. I don't know.
I think about being away.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But I couldn't even pinpoint which one. I might want to say that, like, college might have been the hardest because you're going through so much, like, individual stuff. And we weren't that close to each other where we could always see each other. But I feel like at the end of it, I feel like I learned that you were doing everything that you could to, like, get to this point in your life. And I didn't see it that way when I was, maybe I did, but at the same time, like, I was just too in what I wanted to.
Tell me this. Would you let Gabriella do what you did in terms of chasing her boyfriend?
Yeah. It's, I want to say not no, as in, like, controlling the situation, but I would definitely ask her to look a little closer and what she really wants. I think it's really hard. It's really hard. Would you let Gabriella as her dad?
No.
Yeah.
But I think at the same time, somebody has to make the sacrifices within the generation. I feel like, and within the family. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I think sometimes you gotta cross so somebody else can walk, and then so forth.
But also, like, the reason why I feel like I try to go hard outside of like still trying to do my own thing is because I did always do that. Like, I wasn't like following you to the point where I was just like hoping that you were gonna get like rich or something like that. It wasn't like that. I was just wanting to be with you in a relationship and trying to do what I was making sacrifices to make us work, the ones that you couldn't make for us.
Yeah, but I think it determines on the man too, on the kid, even if he's a kid.
Right.
Like, I think it determines.
Exactly. So if you were like somebody who was disrespecting me and doing all that, it's hard. Now that you say it that way, I feel like if the guy was like you and for Gabriella, okay, that's different because I see what he's doing. But
you can't get it right. But I just gotta make sense. You gotta just like.
And at the same time, like, who are like, okay, like college. What can we really tell her?
I think that's it. Not let her, help her navigate like.
Yes, I would definitely help her navigate
different scenarios.
Because I honestly would much rather her be in this type of situation than other situations that I've known of. You know what I mean? Like, okay, what if she was chasing like the same college and everything, but he wasn't treating her right and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I guess it just depends. What is your favorite thing about one another? I think my favorite thing about you is just like your faith in God. Just because, and I told you this the other night, it's like people always ask, am I scared to go to the next place wherever we go? And I'm always like, no, it's not because I just know it'll work out. It's because like I know whatever decision that you made is based off of like your faith in God. And so if I trust you and I trust God, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm good because I know that you are listening. So that's definitely my favorite thing. And it helps me even in my walk and who I am to other people, like how I love other people because of the way that you love people because of your relationship with God.
Every time I hear that question, I just think how I remember you even in high school, just ambition, Wale. Like, I just think that word embodies Alisha.
Yeah.
Ambition. Like,
I was just so obsessed with
that. But
no,
it was a
for
perfect
sure.
time. I think it was like a season too, in a sense, just like what Wale was like going, that ambition tour and everything is just, for me, it was like, this is who you are and passionate about, music, your family, your friends, me, you know what I mean, your faith. You're just your ambition is crazy.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
What has being a parent taught you? I think it's so hard because I feel like I keep staring blank in space because I feel like these questions are really good, and
No,
I feel
facts.
they are really good, and I want to give people a good like answer. And I feel like what a parent has taught me is so many different things, because being a parent to Gabriella has taught me that I'm not as maternal as I thought I was.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so, and I think everybody else who knows you doesn't think so.
Yeah,
We're our
no,
biggest
I think
critics.
it's more so like you have to work harder.
Yeah.
Then it's not just like you have to be patient.
Yeah.
Like I try to be patient. And it's like almost like being with you has prepared me to be a parent to Gabriella because you and her are so much alike.
Yeah.
And
That's my dog.
and sometimes it can be hard, but it's so fun.
Yeah.
So I think the number one thing that you go with the flow, and maybe be honest with yourself, because sometimes when you're upset with your kid, sometimes it's actually like you're just thinking about other things, and then you take it out on them, and they have no idea because you're not telling them your frustrations, and then you just take it out on them. So maybe that too, like you got to know yourself too.
100%. I think kind of both. Like, I think no days off, and that's looking at y'all, and then me, like, going to work, but then coming home, and they don't know anything about what you did in your day, if you worked your hardest or if you didn't. They still want their dad. And then I think for me, I kind of say this a lot, like, having a girl first was like a blessing from God, because it was like, I was stressed at first when I knew I was having a girl, because it was like, I'm the first man in her life. And so it was like, off the top, I'm like, all right, what kind of man do you want to be? What kind of man does she want to portray, that she see, that she's going to look for? Because, I mean, ultimately, from what I've seen, women usually go for the dad that they had or the dad that they didn't have. And so I don't know, kind of held me accountable. But at the same time, walking that and knowing how much pressure that is, I also know, like, I want her to see my flaws and my mistakes, to be like, yo, I'm going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to mess up.
Yeah.
But,
and it's so funny how she catches on to things already. And I think that's another thing that parenthood has taught me, that it starts now. And I don't think people realize that as much as it really does start now. Like, even this morning, before you left the room, I was like, when you gave me a kiss good morning, I would like put my hand on your cheek, and then Gabriella was like, took out her pacifier for a kiss, and then she put her hand on your cheek too. And I'm just like, this girl, like, she pays so close attention to that stuff. And it's like, it starts now, and you just like, you don't realize it. So you have to be really like patient and like particular about it. Yeah. How does your parenting style differ from how you were raised, and what are some similarities? And not just that, but how do how do our parenting styles differ from each other?
I think ultimately, like, how you was raised, you use what you did like and what you didn't like. I feel like so how
Across the
like,
board, yeah.
Yeah, like so. I mean, I think that can change so much. Like how you punish your kids. I'm still trying to learn how do I like. I'm the fun dad, so I'm trying to learn how do I discipline my daughter.
Yeah.
Without putting my hands on her or. But yeah, that and then I feel like the difference with us is just like. I don't know. I think we're still learning together, so I don't know how.
Yeah, I think is that what you said. I'm the one who disciplines her.
Yeah, I don't do it.
But it's like
That's my homie. We just be kicking it and having fun.
But as soon as you say something, she feels it.
I think, and that is
But
what I
that's
say from my
probably why.
mom. Like my mom was like,
they don't
so
say
my
much,
dad,
so.
you know, my dad is a little bit taller than me, strong, dominant voice. And he did all the disciplining. So but my mom was chill and mild mannered and like, so when she said something, it kind of like shook us like,
yeah,
we messed up.
Yeah,
and I think I try to take that perspective. I don't know, it'll be different with my son, but like with her, I'm like, I want her to know when I speak, like my tones, you'll be able to hear it differently. Like, all right, he's focused right now.
Yeah, and I think. So for me, from how I grew up, it's not much of different how I raised. Well, I guess actually I take that back.
I'm on Alisha podcast.
Pretty different because, like, my dad passed away when I was young. So the way that my mom raised me is different than probably how she wanted to raise us in a way, or what she expected how it would be. Mm-hmm. But I still use the same things that my parents did, like work ethic. Like even now, like just like. I don't know. And also, like, not making her just shut up whenever she, like, has, like, a feeling or an emotion because my mom didn't and she let me feel my emotions. So I think even now that's something. But I think one thing about disciplining Gabriella, since we were talking about, is hard for a 2-year-old because a lot of times most of the time you have to follow through. And that is so hard sometimes.
We be laughing at her and trying to discipline her.
Yeah, because it's like, even, I'm trying to think of, like, she just is like, okay, and walks away. But she's smiling walking away when she says that because she thinks that she won.
Right now.
Yeah,
she loves saying that for some reason.
Yeah,
like,
or no.
No. Like, bro, you don't tell us no.
Yeah.
And those are the things where it's like, all right, it's cute now. You always say that, like, before you having a kid, people, like, for me, you fall victim of it. You judge everybody like, wow, that kid bad. But it's like they growing up and learning what they use and what they can get away with and what they can't get away with. So it's like learning with them and helping them educate them on, like, who they are and what they can get away with, I feel like.
Yeah.
Tough.
It can be so, like, nerve-wracking, the things that you even see. Like, even, like, we talk about it all the time. Like, we don't want to force her to, like, give anybody a hug or, give them a kiss or anything like that. Like, if she doesn't want to talk to them, like, we're not going to force her to, like, stuff like that just because it starts now. And, like, even, like, telling her, like, if she doesn't like something, like, I do not like that, and she uses that. But
it's the worst.
But
I was telling Solomon, that's my boy, shout out my boy. I was telling him the other day, like, it's tough because, like, sometimes we play and, like, I can be playing, like, if I'm, like, playing too hard with her or going crazy, and she could be laughing and smiling. And as soon as she say, no, I don't like it, Dad, even if she says it seriously, like, I'm trying to train myself to stop off rip just because I want her to know that no me has value even now. And so you just... And
that's the part, too, of the following through with that because, yes, you need to stop, but then she, like, learns, like, right now in her 2-year-old mind, it's like, oh, when I say no, it means no. So if I say I don't want to eat that, that means no because no means no, right?
That's that battle, too.
So you have to, like, there is this, like, way of... And then it's just also, like them share, like, her sharing, like... And you want them to, but then it's like, I don't know. You can just see how they are, like, almost, like, manipulative in their own, like, in their 2-year-old mind because they know, but at the same time, they really don't know. Yeah. So, raising everybody thinks it's so cute. And it is. I love Gabrielle. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But it's hard. It's a mental. If you take it serious, like, it's... it's a journey.
Shout out to people who watching this, man. Y'all dope for watching us. For real. Appreciate it. Love.
Was there any advice that you've received about relationships and parenthood that have stuck with you?
Nobody made a rule book. I think that's the first one. Like, there ain't no rule book behind it. And even that, like, create so many, like, oh, I'm going to raise my kid like this. No, you have no clue what kind of kid you about to have.
What kind of kid you're about to get. That's so true, yeah.
You got to go. So I think that just ain't no rule book, and you don't know how you going to raise your kids.
I think those are really good because I think sometimes, like, especially with social media, with, like, the gentle parenting and all that, and, like, and I think, like, that gentle parenting, I mean, that's basically it's not what I do with Gabriella specifically. It's just that, like, giving her a space to have her feelings, but not letting her get by with just, you know, biting a kid or hitting a kid, like, not, like, you know, just still having that stern thing. But I think sometimes now, if you get on Facebook or if you ask someone advice, they can give you such, like, hardcore, like, judgmental advice almost. And so I feel like I've gotten more, like, advice that doesn't help than things that actually do help, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I think those same things that you said would probably be what I...
Shout out to me.
What morals, values are you hoping to instill in your children?
She getting a tough time. Morals, faith in God.
Yeah.
For real. I feel like if you place your faith in God, Jesus Christ, for me, everybody, y'all got whatever y'all, you know. Trust God, and you can go a long way, and be a good person.
Yeah.
I think I learned it late. I always tell you I was a bully, and in a lot of ways, not knowing I was a bully, I just like to play. So even like with Gabriella, just like allowing her to know how to play, but like your fun is not everybody else's fun. So yeah, and I say that, like, be a good person, trust God.
Mm-hmm. I think mine is just be a good person too. Like, it's funny because, like, when you say, like, when you just talk about, like, how you were a bully, quote unquote.
Yeah, I say it true.
Yeah, no, but it is something that's, like, for me, it's like, I just always grew up, like, I don't know why I'm going to blame my parents, why I'm just, like, try to be so good to everybody that I cross paths with, no matter how they look, money, all that type of stuff. So it's just, like, one thing that I want Gabriella or all of our kids to just be a good person across the board, and also be a good, like, worker. A hard worker, and stick to, like, what you want, because we're both hard workers, and I think that's just going to be...
Yeah. No, that's
like, nothing has been handed to you or I, and it's like, and that's not a thing of, like, oh, we weren't fortunate for that. We were just worked hard for everything that we wanted, not that we got, but everything that we actually wanted, we worked for. Yeah. So I just want our kids to know that too. Yeah. But I would say that you outwork a lot of people, and I don't even know if that's, like, a or moral or value but. Just
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd say that too. Like, because everybody, like, people ask me, like, would you want your kids to hoop or whatever? I really don't care what they do. Whatever you do, you better go hard at.
Right.
And I don't, like, now you don't got to go to school, like, after high school. That's up to mama. But, like, you don't got to go to college. The only reason why I went to college was because I wanted more time to be able to get where I wanted to go.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like. That's why I said I had my team. Shout out my team.
Yes. Not a good thing.
It's like 20 names on that degree,
College
man.
of Charleston.
It's like 20 names.
Which I was waitlisted.
Shout out to all of y'all.
And I worked hard in school. Anyways, so, okay, the last question is, love is. Finish it.
Love is love, man. I don't know, like, love is love. You gotta know it, and I'm not even within relationship. I think love is love, like life. Like, you can be loved to everybody. What we got is different in that sense. That's a whole different.
Is love blind? Love is blind.
Love is blind. That's crazy. they falling in love behind the wall. That's crazy. Yeah, but. Nah, yeah, I don't know. I think it's two definitions. I feel like I can love my neighbor, you know what I mean, and my enemy, but when it come to us, I've learned so much talk to my guys about it sometimes. Like when it comes to relationships, you got to break yourself. And I know women say it too. I know, like that's a whole different conversation when it comes to relationships about, you know, people they always want like a certain type of man or a certain type of woman, but I think love trumps all of those expectations. But that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Y'all can go get y'all love from social media.
Yeah, no. I think love is can be so many different things, and it's important. I think love is important, and I think because in every sense of when you love, it should be like authentic and real, and especially like in our case, because we have been watching Love is Blind just yesterday, but
We damn near done. Can we curse on here? Everybody always does their own podcast.
I was like, I looked at you and I'm like, what love is this? Like, is this like what we have? Like, what is this? Because I'm so like shocked that people are really like, I love this person. This is who I want to marry. Like, and I'm like,
love is time. See, that's what I mean. Like, love is just under every umbrella. Like,
yeah, it's complicated, and not complicated in the sense of that it's hard, because it is, but complicated in the sense of.
Last night, Alisha was kind of, I don't know if I'm supposed, she was kind of like frustrated and naming some of her frustrations, and one of them, like, that wasn't a frustration, was like, I change a lot. Or like I go, like not change a lot, but I go through different stages of my life, and she has to adjust with who I am as a person. And that's like love, like keep growing with that person, which is not, you know what I mean? Like you met this person at this stage. You don't really want to, and we did it so many times, college, high school. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's not even that I'm frustrated, with you changing. It's more so I'm trying to make sure that I not do the right things, but that I'm like supporting you in the best way that I can in that season of life. And because it switches so fast in our situation, every few months is a different, not you, but what you need. And so I always want to make sure that I'm not failing in my job of loving you and making sure that I'm doing what needs to be done.
Fair.
But that's it for the deep questions, I think. Y'all ready for some fire questions? Yes.
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, what is the first meal she ever cooked for you?
I don't know if this is the first meal, but I think about that shrimp Alfredo.
Everybody, I mean,
That don't crazy. It was crazy.
that is
in
my
college.
Signature.
But yeah, I can't think about. I don't know.
What is the first meal that
What's the
you
first one I
cooked
made
for
you?
me?
Tell him. No.
You made me
nothing
in
but,
Utah.
but one day I tried. Tell that bad
Yes,
meal.
you. So we were living in Utah. I used to always get like almond butter and blueberry toast. And Jarrell one morning he brought maybe like breakfast in bed, and it was. I can't even really remember. It was like almond butter or peanut butter with cucumbers on it.
It was like
it was
olive
really
oil.
bad.
It was like olive oil or something.
No, it was just not edible. No, I mean it probably was edible, but
I was trying to get in my bag.
yeah, but that was probably the
mean?
first and the last thing.
But then that showed me like, yo, just go to the gym, chill. You doing too much.
Yeah. He'll take me out though.
We
All
gonna
right.
eat good.
Yeah.
The next question: what is her favorite restaurant?
Depends. We got places. It depends. I think right now in New Zealand, it's this little bar we went to called Regatta Bar. But I don't know. When we was first time we used to come to Charlotte, we used to like the little pizza place here in downtown. I don't know.
You know, you think it's Vapiano's, but
She
you like
love
the
that
pizza. I
place.
like the
She
pasta.
love that place. But I don't know.
Your favorite restaurant in Charlotte is definitely going to Optimist Hall.
What's your favorite in Optimist?
Yo, we just
Jarrell's
go
favorite
crazy.
in Optimist Hall was, I mean,
It
it
is.
depends on what the vibe is when we're going. If we're gonna do like 5 restaurants or we're doing just
I'm
2.
gonna get the burger, though.
But the shrimp fried rice that's gone, that was one of your favorites, and the burger. Yes. What is my favorite in Optimus Hall?
The dumplings.
Yeah, I'm thinking about those right now because it's not too far from here.
That's
Anyways,
what you get every time. I'm trying to
yeah,
think about.
that's it. That's right.
Okay. What was her first job?
I mean, when I used to go to the gym, this is we go back, bro. Like in high school, I used to be going to the gym to train. And she'd be working at the YMCA, and that's where I was training at.
That was my first real job. Yeah.
That's the one like I remember.
Yeah.
Shorty at.
Jarrell's first real job was Hall's Chop House.
Kinda, I guess.
I mean,
But
you gotta ask him how long
I
he was
just
there.
doing that in
But
school.
he was doing it during the summer, and you were just doing it because like it was like easy money, and you didn't do it that long. And I was in Germany, so I wasn't. It was like the perfect.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, that was the only first and only.
I could get y'all the. I'm gonna get y'all the rundown. So, Shorty, let's say we was in high school. She worked at the Y. She was paying for our dinners, our restaurants, where we went. College. She was driving down there same type time. And then our senior, she worked at Urban
Oh, yeah.
and taking care of us. So it was dope. Like flipping it. I know, like in the sense, it may look like you know what I mean, like you know what I mean. In my job, my occupation, I get to play hoop. I get to hoop, and like the breadwinner. But in a lot of ways, we've been a team. So it's
Yeah.
like dope that like you know what I mean. On the outside, people can make it seem like she, you know what I mean, just chasing me around. But honestly, we've been on this journey. And then now we're creating a village to help us. So it looks like, yeah, I might be on the forefront, but it's like behind the scenes, you can just see how everybody's so important to the team for me to even be able to look like I'm a face or whatever that means. So, yeah, to whoever is out there thinking that this is a one-stop show, that's a lot that I do not do. I get to just go play basketball in a lot of ways. So, and trust
Thanks.
God.
Thank
So,
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Losers.
If she could only eat one thing for the rest of her life, what would it be?
She can't do that, but.
One thing, or what would I
Coffee.
drink?
She eat coffee. But I don't know.
For you, I want to say mac and cheese and yams, because yesterday when I was making sweet potatoes that weren't yams, I was not making yams. He said, "Oh, I smell like yams. Where's the mac and cheese?" No, it's just I was making sweet potatoes.
Okay. What is something on her bucket list?
Okay, I don't know. Maybe on yours is maybe like swimming in the ocean, deep in the ocean.
Yeah, that's time though. I gotta learn.
Yeah, I know, but that's gotta be on your bucket list.
I mean, I can swim.
But he wants to like go swim with the crocodiles.
I'm trying to go do what they was doing in Wakanda, the second one. They was down
You
there
gotta
with
live
the
under the water.
mermaids. Yeah, but
What's
nah,
on my bucket list?
I think we just talk about things that you would love to do, like cherish, or just like being in a studio with dope artists.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think
You can
like
leave it at
stuff
that.
like that.
That's good.
Okay. How do you know when she's mad at you?
Yeah, I mean, she was mad at me today.
I was not mad at you today.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes she tells me, sometimes it's in her nose. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's everywhere. But I mean, I feel like now we've grown so much too. Like our communication is like we trying to run away from arguing necessarily, and we try to just get straight to the communication, which is not always easy. But
Yeah. I don't know if I know when you're mad at me.
yeah,
Because you are, no. I mean, like, because you're kind of hard. Like, I'm just so good, perfect. So it's like hard to be mad at me.
yeah, that way.
What's like her favorite turn up song or artist?
So it changes, but so I've been bumping the Asake album a lot, but at first she put me on that album, his album Crazy. So we like a lot of different vibes, Afro beats. I'm trying to think like songs.
So that's good. I would say that that's what I would put on right now.
Yeah, but it always changes.
And same for you. And yeah.
Yeah, right now he just going crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, it changes, bro. We just listen to so many different during this. Like,
Yeah. Watch out for the playlist.
facts. Tap in.
What is her favorite movie of all time?
And she like that one, what's that movie, bro?
I'm surprised you're not saying the one movie that I always used to watch in high school.
What, Rush Hour?
Yeah. That's usually what you would say.
Yeah, Rush Hour.
No.
She like what? What is it, Miss Congeniality?
No. But it's on those lines. That is not my favorite movie
What's that
anymore.
movie?
He's just not that into you.
Oh, yeah. Some.
Your
yeah.
favorite movie is Coach Carter.
Yeah, that's a good movie, yo.
But I
That's
mean,
like-
I'm not saying that it's not. It's just like after like falling asleep to it, like you put it on and you put it to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good sleep
yeah, yeah.
music.
That's it.
Does either of you have a secret talent? If so, what is it?
Oh, Jarrell, I don't know if
Not a secret.
it's a secret, but you don't say it, but you draw.
Yeah. I like to draw. Yeah.
It's not that you like to draw, but you can
yeah, I
draw.
Yeah. What's your secret
Like
talent,
you
Garrett?
drew your whole tattoo. Nobody even knows that you probably have like
Yeah.
a huge tattoo, but
Facts.
yeah.
Facts. Wait, let me see.
What's
yours?
my secret talent? It's not that I'm talentless, but my talents are different.
Nah, yeah, you gifted. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, a writer. I think you see things differently. I think like that's why you and Faith are so dope. Y'all get to like even this podcast, how y'all can just envision a certain like that's gifts. Like
True.
crazy.
Thanks.
But yeah, nah. I don't know. There's so many. I can't describe.
Okay, this one's for Alisha.
Okay.
For Jarrell. If Jarrell had a different career, what would it be?
Man,
No
we-
disrespect. There's
I
not.
don't do
It's
nothing
that.
else.
It's that. Like he's just so. I don't know. I would say.
All you teachers who said get a plan B, no,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. That's the
I stood
problem.
on this one.
I mean, I guess something to do. I want to say something to do with basketball, but at the same time, I don't know. And I want to say something in church, but I still don't think that that's it either. So I don't know. He would not be happy.
Who your top 5 artists right now? I just thought about this. Top 3.
Top 3, I would say Asaki.
We
Just
ruining his
in the-
name, so
Yeah, I'm so sorry for.
we love y'all though. That's my cousin.
Okay.
I'm related to Burna Boy too. Me and Burna Boy
Okay.
grew up on the block.
Okay.
And Tim's, I grew like me and Tim's. Like, we
Okay.
used to-
Anyway, so I would say,
Nah, chill though. They music crazy though.
Asaki, yeah. Right now, and then Masego, right now, and then one more. No, I can do 5. Let me see right now what I have that I. Well, who would you say that I would say? I'm not the same music listener that I used to be. I used to be able to just like. So hard. So hard.
So only 2.
So hard. No. I almost want to say. I want to say Joey Badass.
That's tough.
I want to say Joey Badass. Yeah.
That's tough.
But yeah.
Who are your top 5?
Yeah. What are your top 5?
Top 5?
Top 3?
Artists, music I listen to.
Yeah.
I say Cole. I'm always put Cole in there.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
I
I
can
just was
put it-
thinking right now what I'm playing. But
Right
yeah,
now, I
Cole.
just been listening to a lot of like I guess spiritual music. So
Yeah.
I say Maverick City. And as a genre, I don't necessarily listen to only Mav, but I like Chandler Moore, like all those dudes, all those people. I think Chandler. I'll say Sake right now.
I'm trying to think of what you've been playing, but it's usually that. Just that.
It's really
worship.
playlists. I'll say
Yeah.
that. Like I just like I have like 4 or 5, like 3 playlists that I've created that I
Yeah.
put on shuffle more so.
Yeah.
And so it's more so vibes. Like I got like a good vibes, a good spirits, like where it's just nothing but positives. Like then I got like a gospel playlist, or then a playlist that's just for me. So
Right.
yeah, I think it's more so a sound I'm looking for, not an artist.
Okay, what is her biggest pet peeve?
Oof.
I'd say communication. She's challenged me from high school, and that's love, once again, like from high school on, just like trying to see how much I can open up to express myself to her, and inevitably it helped me express myself to the world, honestly. So money came by that too, so for the people who think that she just was around for the ride.
That's a beautiful answer. But if I was to answer that for you, I would say probably like my side of the bathroom, my side of the room.
Yeah.
But it's like, I was having this conversation with Jarrell yesterday. I am like a clean person, but it's just like I'm responsible for so much these days, and I just can't catch up to every little thing. I can't do all the laundry. I can't do it. So right now it's just a disaster. And Jarrell's just like, what do you want me to do with this? And I'm like, just leave it.
I should gotta be somewhere.
Are either of you like super OCD?
I got a little thing I gotta deal with. I got something. I could be worse though.
No, he is not like, he does not make me feel bad. It's more so I feel bad only because I know I'm trying to get to it. So it's like, he doesn't say like, you need to clean this up or anything like that. It's just like, I know that about him, so I know it's eating him up alive, but it's like,
I just can't function.
at this point, it's like nothing that I can do about it right now unless I find like 10 more hours in the day, but that's just, it is what it is right now.
Okay. What was her first car?
She had the blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little blue John used to get going. It was nice too. We used to get everywhere.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Your
Fact.
first car was the Jeep that you actually bought, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It took a while. Yeah.
Okay, this is like the second to last one. What's like her biggest fear, or if she's like scared of you?
I'll say this. I mean, I guess I would say it's losing one of us. I would say that, but I
Yeah.
don't know if that's really it. Like one of us, God forbid.
Yeah.
But then I would say like probably like I don't know if this could me probably us just like not breaking up, but like ruining it from the inside. You know what I mean? I think that's a lot of the like one of us ruining it in whatever manner that may look like. I don't know.
Those are pretty good. I was just gonna say like I'm scared of heights, so
Yeah. See, too deep.
no, that was good because yes, I am scared that one of us is going to die before we want to, or yeah, that we mess up a good thing. Yeah, those are good.
What is y'all's favorite sneaker? If you have.
I think yours like 14s, right?
Yeah, I like
13,
Jordan
14s?
14s. I like Jordan 14s for sure.
Alisha, do you have like a staple sneaker?
Do I have a staple sneaker? It's a mood.
I be getting on her sneakers, so
Okay, I bought a few, but
Like,
no,
in a
yeah, he
sense,
gets most
like-
of
like,
he
in a
also
sense
buys
of,
my
like-
bags.
yeah, that's love. That's love.
And not because like not on some controlling thing, but like
Nah, yeah,
I'm
it's
just
me.
not good with making big purchases sometimes. And Jarrell's not either.
Who's the like the I don't want to say stylish one, but like
We both have our own style.
Yeah.
Jarrell has his own style that I think he's like getting super comfortable in too. And like I feel like I've always had my own style, and like sometimes I beat myself up that I'm not like feminine. Like I'm not like I'm not girly, but like I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have any heels compared to as many sneakers or stuff that I have. So like, but yeah, I think we both are stylish in different ways. Like sometimes I will ask him for advice on my fit, but I don't know if we even care we care what each other thinks because we want to look good for each other, but at the same time, we see it differently.
We see it different.
Yeah.
And I think that is.
Yeah. Good question.
Well, those are all of my questions.
Oh.
Nothing. Thank y'all.
No, wait, so we're going to do like
y'all.
a few questions. We're going to do a few questions from Instagram. And then this is really good. Thank you, Jarrell, for being here. I appreciate you.
Y'all. Anybody who's still watching, I appreciate y'all.
So I'm just going to do like a few questions, just like maybe 3. One is, how do you navigate growing pains and individuality in long-term relationships? And I think that's just like having communication, being open about
How do you navigate
the growing pains and individuality in a long
I feel like
term.
that's what we talked about earlier. Like, the more I think we kept changing in a sense, or like just throughout life, or like if I would go away for a little bit and come back, I was a different person. And in some sense, I just think it's like communication too, and just hanging in there for real, bro. Like I think you want your person to change and see new perspectives.
Right. This is another one that I thought was asked a few times, like prioritizing your relationship after you had a baby. And I think it's a really good topic because I'm always like, it's different for us because when we hit the off season for basketball, we're like, let's plan a trip. Let's get to we need to do something for each other and stuff like that. But when it's not during the season or like the off season, we're just like, luckily we have my mom that is just us just leave and she has Gabriella, but like we just prioritize like date night.
Yeah.
And like just keeping open communication. Like if you need more from me that I'm lacking in when it comes to like your love language or something, then we just pick up on that. I thought this was a good question because intimacy when touch isn't your love language. And I feel like I had to learn that because touch is not my love language. And like I actually saw like a TikTok or something explaining like things that you can do, like just like, you know, like randomly like touching you, like your leg or something like that, just like to.
I mean, bro, I may sound crazy or repetitive, but I think communication is just like, if you can somehow find a way to express it without being angry and being able to listen, I think you just help so many arguments that are probably gonna happen.
Yeah. Communication is literally the key. And I think that's like the main thing why we're still here, because we have been able to communicate through things that we could not communicate, that we would have broken up for in the younger days. Like, so I just saw the other day, like it's okay to revisit old things if your partner needs more clarity on a situation. And in the past, that would have like tripped you up. Like you would have been pissed about having to revisit certain things. But because we revisited certain things with the communication that we have now, I'm able to move forward from it. The last one is self-care for a mom. And I think, again, communicating with your partner, because you make me prioritize self-care, but not in the ways that I want to show self-care to myself. Like, you know, you tell me like, oh, you should stretch, like do all this stuff. It's not really like my thing.
Who wants to stretch?
Yeah, stretch for an hour. I don't want to do that. But yeah, you just like do a good, like communicating with your partner and just carving out that time and making sure that your partner understands that you do need that self. Because some days I'm just like, I need more time for myself, and just like communicating that. But yeah, this was great. Yeah. You were really nervous.
I'm here though.
This is awesome. Thank you for coming.
Shout out to Deja, shout out to Faith.
Yes, shout out to the team. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. If you're still here, can't wait to get you the new episode. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. podcast.
Everybody
Thank you.
who's still watching this, more blessings to y'all. Thank
Yes.
y'all for being here to witness this dope scene, this dope vibe. I appreciate it all from the bottom of my heart to see my shorty continue to go on her journey.
Thank you.
It's love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love.
It was still running. It was still running.